What's going on, folks? It's your boy Kid Shardy Gaming Nation. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share, tell folks about me, and welcome to my channel. Right. Um, so this video is going to be titled, or it's going to be about how men being judgmental of the women that he dates, being judgmental of the women that he chooses to be in a relationship, even though a woman has to choose him to be. Even though, let me say that properly, right? Even though a man has to choose that woman to be in a relationship, she also has to choose him to be in a relationship, right? So uh, that's what's funny to me is that it takes two people to choose each other to be in a relationship. It takes two people to choose each other to date. It takes two people to choose each other for sex. So when I hear guys say it's always a man's fault, that means that you're taking away the woman's free will of choice. But anyway, right. So how a man could be judgmental of first himself and then being judgmental of the type of woman he wants to date and the type of woman that he allows to be in a relationship with him, um, it's actually beneficial to that man, right? Because we're in a society that says it's always a man's fault, right? Even though he can't control the woman if she wants to be in a relationship or if she chooses to leave that relationship, it's always his fault, which I disagree with, but this is what society says, right? Because say, for example, you're a man and you say, yo, my criteria, my boundary is I don't date women that's participating in hookup culture, in whole phase, in 304 life, or hot girl summers, or sex culture, or alternative lifestyle, or progressiveness, right? Or the progressive lifestyle, or stringer life, or whatever, right? And you're basing this judgment based upon who you are. Because as a man, you're saying, yeah, I'm dating, but those kind of lifestyles is not for me. Those kind of lifestyles is something I don't want to engage with. So now you being judgmental benefits you because now A, you're gonna have boundaries, you're gonna have standards, and B, you're gonna be critical about the women that you allow into your life and the women that you date. So you're gonna spot the red flags, you're gonna spot the women to avoid, you're not gonna deal with certain women. Um, you know, and the quicker you get a woman that's not agreeable to you or a bad chick out of your life, the more beneficial. And you have to be judgmental, especially if you're a man and you're in a leadership position and it's always going to be your fault. You have to be judgmental, right? And you have to speak. And part of masculinity and manhood is that you speak what you don't like and you speak what you do like, right? Now, the only person or people that a man being judgmental of is not going to benefit is those women that are participating in a lifestyle like 304 culture or hookup culture or whole phase or hot girl summer. It's gonna not benefit them because they're not gonna get a relationship or access of a relationship from that guy who's being judgmental of them. So if you're a chick now, right, you're engaged in the hookup culture, 304 life, you're feminist, or you're a that's a bad chick, and you're trying to run game on a dude. You're trying to, you know, just run game on a dude and be a bad chick now, right? And your 304 phase and your game you was running is that you were going to be in your 20s, you're going to be a 304, and then when you hit your 30s, you was going to find some sucker or some beta male or whatever, right? If that's your game plan now, and the men are being more judgmental of that because of the past mistakes that men maybe in the Gen X or the Boomer age made, or maybe he made himself in his life, and he's saying, you know what, these type of women are not really good for me, so I'm going to be more judgmental and critical, so that if I spot these women, I just get rid of them out of my life, right? Or create boundaries to prevent these women from getting to me. So if you're type of chick that's moving like a 304 with bad intentions, a man being judgmental is going to affect your life because you're not going to get access to that man, right? Now, What I don't like about what certain content creators do on the internet is that they condition a guy to move or operate in a certain way according to what the woman says is attractive or unattractive. And when you guys, content creators, do that now, right? You're conditioning the men to move according to the women and move according to the environment that we have. Because the environment we have is 304 culture, hookup culture, whatsoever, right? But if the man is in the leadership position, the man is the head of the house or whatsoever, right? You cannot have the men moving according to what the women say is attractive or unattractive. You have to have the women move according to what the men say are unattractive or attractive. In other words, shout out to the angry man because this is his talking point where he says that the men manipulate the environment. My bad. The men manipulate the environment. The men control the environment, right? Which makes sense because as a man, you're leading the environment, you're leading the nation, you're dictating how the nation is to be ran, the environment needs to move, right? So you cannot have the men adjusting to that environment if he controls an environment. If he's controlling the environment, he determines the value of the environment. The environment is moving to him. As your Bible said, man has the dominion over everything on planet Earth, right? And he's tilling the ground, right? So now, am I saying that a woman can't? Am I saying that a woman shouldn't have standards and she shouldn't get a guy that's making money or anything? No, I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is that she has to be attractive according to what this guy says first. She has to be the value of what the men say first. That way, she's following his lead and she's adjusting to